Introduce yourself, sister.
My name is Sarah Garcia.
Any language you want.
And it was around 1963. My friend told me that she was going to pray and pray and pray that the Lord would send Brother Branham to live here. And I thought to myself, how in the world does she think that Brother Branham would come and live here? He's such an important man, you know? So I actually, what ran through my mind was, fat chance that Brother Branham would come and live here, you know, in the desert. Anyway, about a year after that, another sister told me, did you know that Brother Branham has come to live here in Tucson? And I said, what? Yes, she said. And that sister was living about 4 blocks down the street from this house. Well, when I found out the address, I was not ashamed. I drove over there and I rang the bell, and whoever came out, I said, I want you to know that I love the Lord with all my heart, and I know that Brother Branham is going through hard times here in Tucson, and I want you to know that I am with you. Well, I had already known that about 4 other ministers of the gospel had turned their backs on him. They didn't want him to start a church, and he promised that he would not start a church. So he would send his kids to a Baptist church or Assembly of God or wherever. And that's where Rebecca met George.
Oh my.
George Smith is the son of a Baptist missionary in Mexico.
Oh wow.
And so I got to know the family. I made up my mind that since I was friends with them, that I would not be there when Brother Branham was there. And I made up my mind I would never ask him to pray for me. And so when I found out that he was on a fishing trip or a hunting trip or in another city or in another country, I would have my kids play with Bobby and Joseph. And of course, Rebecca was learning the piano, and my mother was a pianist. That's why this family is very important to me. She taught piano, and Rebecca, and she used to come and play the old upright piano that my mama had. And I felt so bad because we were very poor. But the kids out there, they were playing with the ashes and back there where where we used to throw the garbage and stuff, but they had lots of fun. And one time, my kids told Joseph that they were going to Nogales, Sonora. What do you want us to bring you, Joseph? Oh, he said, I want a knife. Well, my kid said, you have to ask your dad or tell your dad that's what you want. Well, when he told Brother Branham that they were going to bring him a knife, Brother Branham said no. They can bring something else, a little horse whip or a little something from across the border. And after that, they were building his house. And I stopped there at the bottom of the road, and I was showing my smaller daughter where the house was, Brother Branham's house up on the hill. And I was showing her and telling her that was his house. And I didn't notice that he was coming down with a Jeep and Joseph. And he stopped the car and he said, "Sister, are you the sister that comes to the house?" Because at that time, my kids used to sell eggs to get a little money.
Sure.
And they used to take out the smaller ones and put the big ones, because they used to take in maybe a flat or two of eggs whenever they could, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so then he said, "Have you been up to the den?" And I said, "No, sir." "Well, you go up there. Brother Borders is there and Brother Saltman, and they will show you." So I said, "Thank you very much." So I went up there, and they were carving the door, and they asked me, "How do you spell eagle nest in Spanish?" And I said, I thought I knew a lot, but I really didn't. But anyway, I said, "Nido, N-I-D-O, de, D-E, Águila, A-Q-U-I-L-A. That was wrong. It was A-G instead of a
BQ.
Uh-huh. But anyway, George, he found out that I had put it down wrong, so he made it right. And that's the way it was carved. And after that, like I was saying, the little boys were just so happy to be together, going swimming and whatever it was that they did. And that day that I don't know why in the world I either didn't have the car, or I didn't tell my husband, or something. I just couldn't get a ride for my kids. So Brother Branham drove the car, their car, and stopped right there on Speedway and Main Street. And he said, "You boys are going to have to tell me the rest of the way, because this is as far as I know towards your house."
Mm-hmm.
So they told him where they lived. So he came around here, and he parked the car and brought them home. And it was so wonderful just to know that he was here with, maybe it was Brother Collins or Brother Norman or Brother Sutton. And then I found out that that Sister Mita had that tumor.
The tumor.
And Sister Norman, she just passed away just a few weeks ago. she and I were very good friends. And Sister Norman said, would you like to come with Sister Branham and me to the doctor? Because the doctor was going to see. The tumor was already like a grapefruit.
That's big.
And it was bulging her clothes. But the Lord had already told Brother Branham to speak the word.
Right.
Over there in Shreveport,
Louisiana.
Louisiana. I'm just reading right now. This morning I was reading about that he was telling the people about that.
Mm-hmm.
And so when Sister Branham called him to tell him, she was so excited. She was trying to tell him, and he was trying to tell her that he had thus saith the Lord.
That's amazing.
And then after that, he could hardly wait. I was reading that this morning. He could hardly wait to come home to see his wife that he loved so much. And then I found out that they wanted an organ pipe. And see, we don't have organ pipes here in Tucson. They're all saguaros.
They're saguaros, yeah.
Yeah. But I knew that behind the Indian reservation that there are organ pipe.
Yeah, because I think there's only one place that has organ pipes, and it's here in Arizona. But it's a national organ pipe, which is close to the border.
Yeah. It's right here between Cells and Ajo and the border in Baja California.
Yep.
I knew that. So I told him where he could get one. And I think that he and Brother Sothman went and got one organ pipe. I don't know how in the world they got it.
I know, they're hard to...
But now his house has about 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah, I've seen them.
All over the
quite
place.
a bit, yeah.
And I'm so glad that I was able to tell them, you know.
Where to find it.
Yeah. And that Christmas that we found out about the accident, oh, we were devastated. Rebecca and George they weren't married yet. And about that same time, they were, Rebecca was getting the shipment of furniture to put in the new house. And Rebecca told me, would you like to come with me, because I have to be there to receive the furniture? And I said, yeah, I would love to do that. So I went over there, and furniture was beautiful, but he never lived there.
I never got to see it.
And something else, one time Rebecca asked me to teach her how to make tamales. So I went to their house. George Smith still calls me Martita. That used to be my name. Now I changed it to Sarah because of my mother. Maybe I'll fill her shoes one of these days. Anyway, it was just wonderful to get to know that family.
How beautiful.
And we started getting the books. Brother Green started making the spoken word books. And we started doing that, and it was wonderful. And it's been 50 years.
Gosh, that's amazing.
Lord bless you.
Thank you.